So feet apart, about as wide as your hips. So everything lines up. Shoulders, hips, knees, toes. Relax your shoulders. Let your hips and knees bend slightly. Arms up. Big heart shape with your arms. Push down as you breathe out. So if this is opening and expanding, we're inhaling, we're closing, contracting as we exhale. If you know the sequence, don't wait for me. Inhale, arms up, chin up. Exhale, arms down, chin down. A little shift here and there, release some tension in your neck, your shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, your eyelids become somewhat heavy, your focus somewhat soft with your vision. Take the tension off your eyes. Inhale. Breathe through your nose as much as you can. In through the nose, out through the nose. Inhale. Squish your tongue up to the roof of the mouth, behind the front teeth. Exhale. Tongue to the bottom of the mouth, behind the bottom front teeth. Inhale. So we got a little bit of a neck and shoulder stretch happening here. Arching and rounding your spine. Gets the muscles and the vertebrae moving. Inhale. As soon as we get in front of our heart, our sternum, we push down, pull the abdomen muscles back. Inhale, shift your hips forward. Exhale, shift your hips back. Thighs are slightly flexing, squeezing. It's like you're holding a beach ball between your thighs. So by now you should be feeling this wave of movement. From your hands to your shoulders, shoulders down the spine, to your hips, eventually to your toes and ankles. Inhale. Feel the weight on the ball of your foot, your big toe, your little toe. Feel the weight on your heels. Inhale. Exhale. So let's try a couple more and then we'll move on. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In. And out. Finish it up. Got the little splash to the sides, flick as your chin goes up and to the left and then down in front. Same to the right. Splash, flick, stretch the neck. Chin down. Splash, flick, straight up. Push the ball straight down. All right, so this month we've been doing a bit of coiling, spiraling, kind of like the silk reeling exercises, but more of the Bagua version of it. So if we were going to go with the breathing movement, similar to what we just did, here's the twisting. Try and look at your back hand as you go towards that back corner. You come back to the front, your left hand comes to meet the right hand, and then we push down. Your hips sink. Kind of like you're pushing down your hands and your hips at the same time. Come up and straighten your legs. Go from pushing down to holding. You're holding a ball between your body and the hands. And the same thing. Try and go to that back corner. And then the opposite front corner. Push down. Hold the arms in front of your shoulders. Elbows loose, shoulders relaxed. Same thing. Try to go towards that back corner, back to the front corner, opposite, push down. All right, so that's one set on the left side. So now we go to do the right side. Here's the twist. You look towards your back right hand. Hand comes to meet the left. Push down. So whenever I'm not twisting, that's the best time to breathe in. So like right about here, I should be breathing in. If you're breathing in back here, that's fine. It's just not going to be as deep because you're twisting your lungs. Push down, let the breath out. So I'll, again, kind of wait until right about here to breathe in. Anything beyond that, not going to be as deep. And then breathe down and out. All right, so that's the right side. So let's go back to the left. As if I have a pole across my shoulders here, these turn as a unit. You come back, the pole went away, you push down. All right, so forget about the pole. Hold the ball. If your hands don't stay together, the ball would drop. So in other words, like if this arm comes all the way to here, the ball would drop. So we try to keep the hands moving together as a unit. Shoulder high. All the way back. Push down. So that was the left side. One more time on the right. Twist. Your fingers, your wrist, your spine. Push down. So we don't twist the knees. Everything from the waist up is what we try to manage. One more time, shoulder high. And down and out. All right, there's more to this one, but that's as far as we'll do it today. So then the next one will be to put your feet maybe about 2 tiles apart. Back foot goes here, turn it on an angle. This is our typical bow stance. We'll shift forward and back. Forward and back. Again, the knees don't twist. The ankles don't twist. It's the spine and the upper body that twists. So I got my hands like on a table, maybe about like a 3-foot or 4-foot diameter table, and just like my hands are hovering over the top of it. Once you know what we're doing, try to look straight. So from your waist up to your shoulders, twist. Your head stays straight. So that puts some play into right here, the top of your shoulders, those couple of vertebrae. Inhale when you pull back. Exhale when we go forward. Inhale. Exhale. So this is typically referred to as turning or spinning the millstone. You're making flour. We did about 10 one direction. We go the other way. Forward and back with the hips, but the spine and the shoulders do that gentle circling. Looking straight, relaxing the body. So once we've done 10, time to do the other side. So here I am, back leg straight, but on an angle. The leg is straight, the foot's on an angle. Start the circle. Try not to lean your spine like this. Keep your shoulders above your waist. And again, once you can focus straight ahead, keep the head straight. Inhale, pulling. Exhale, pushing. Inhale. Exhale. You should be able to move your fingers. Your fingers should be able to wiggle. If your fingers are so tight they can't wiggle, you probably have some tension in your neck and shoulders. So let's go the other way. Again, about a 3-foot, 4-foot circle. Hands hover above that table. Eyes and head straight ahead. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So if you're going slower, that's great. If you're going a little faster, that's fine. We're trying not to race. Just trying to relax and move comfortably. All right, so we've done about 10. Time to come into here. Scoop up, like you're putting a teacup up on the shelf. So the first version is just real simple. Scoop up the teacup, raise it up on the shelf. If that's fine, we start to work on the timing of putting your hand on your side by your hip, hand by your shoulder. And then you try to find your elbow, you reach across to put the hand up on the shelf. This hand stretching across is probably going to make you feel in your right side a little bit. So I come in, hand to the shoulder, hand to the hip, Find your elbow. Sneeze is optional. If you want to sneeze, you can sneeze. If you don't have to, then don't worry about it. So again, this is like the second version. We just work on a little bit of timing and coordination. And then a little stretching, keeping the hand on the elbow. So if you bring your hips, your toes in, there's our ba, that's a Chinese character for 8. If you put a bunch of those together, you got the one on the top, you got one on the bottom, you got one on each side. If you put 4 of the shapes together, you get 8, and that's the octagon. So it's like, oh, there's some continuity here. For our purpose, it kind of locks in your hips. So if I scoop up, anytime I keep this hand on the elbow and I twist across, I feel more stretch on my opposite side. So hands come in, touch your elbow, reach across. All right, so we're good with that. The next one, we start to scrub, which means create friction by rubbing your hands against the arm. And then we again come to that side. Keep your neck and shoulders relaxed. Inhale when we're not squishing or twisting. Exhale as you twist. A little bit of friction creates heat. Heat causes more circulation in your hands and arms. So that's the next version. Scrubbing. The next one. Hand that's up goes down. Hand that was up protects your face. Now we have this like wrapping. Your arms are wrapping your body or coiling it. We come back to where we started. So now we got to get to the other side. So I reach across. Right there I feel right about there stretching. So the first one is teacup, right? Take the teacup, poke with your fingertips. Third one, come over the top and protect. Turn your feet. Now they're in bagua. Instead of ba this way, we're this way, parallel. Arch your back. Dip your chin, tuck your tailbone, slightly round your back. Not this one, not the one where we're like a ball, just a little bit. Now we got to go back to the other side. So this leg and this hand work as a team. Here's our scrubbing. Teacup up on the shelf. Hide it under your arm as you poke. Tuck your arm, if you can, all the way over the top. Protect. Turn your foot. So your back is arched, but you have no real stability here if something was to come at you with your arms. So you tuck your chin and your tailbone and you sink into it. Left side, left hand, left foot, scrub. So this will be inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, turn, inhale, reach if you can, exhale, wrap, tuck, hide, inhale, protect, sink, get stable, exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Finish it up, splash, flick, push the ball under, splash, flick, push the ball under, splash, flick, push the ball under. So you asked the other day what we're doing in September. I said we're going to do more of this stuff, the Bagua stuff. We're going to do figure eights. So we have a figure eight that's like binoculars. We'll go this way. We can do it, again, it's kind of like silk reeling. You can do one hand and it's a figure eight. You can do both hands. Whenever we do both hands, it makes your back, your neck, your shoulders work as a unit, right? So we got that one. And then we turn the 8 up like it normally would be, and we'll do it from here. Like you're following that pattern. So even though the hand and arm are twisting, it's getting your whole body to kind of do that same, what's the word the serpent does? Indolate? Indolate? Is that indolate? Undulate? Yeah, because of this moving, the spine and the whole body. It's cool stuff. But anyway, it's figure eights. So all of this circling stuff we just did, it's kind of the same stuff, figure eights and circles. Okay, so we got our other set, BaguaZhang, the Korean version of Tai Chi, a version of it. Inhale, exhale, inhale, ever so slowly, set the foot down and out. Exhale. Here's our Bagua stance again. Scissors, scissors, cut, cut. Shrug your shoulders, find your wrist where the wristwatch would go if you have one. We kind of reach down. So instead of the circle being here, horizontal, the circle is a bit more elongated and vertical. It's kind of like you stretched it downwards. Okay, that's left side. Turn, Bagua with the feet, scissors, splash and scissors. Find your elbow. Same idea. Sink down, reach that left hand by your left knee. Right hand, I'm sorry, by your left knee. Hands scoop and coil, reach. And this is our classic shoot the arrow. Hold the bow, shoot the arrow, sink into it. Turn, turn. Same thing, these coil. Pull. Hold the bow, shoot the arrow. Sink into your waist, relax your shoulders. Now it starts again. Scissors, scissors, shrug. So you're really trying to reach for the ground with your fist. Turn, scissors, splash and scissors. So again, we're trying to punch really towards our left knee, towards the ground. Now we arch our back with your hips. Hands separate. So it's like you're pulling a slingshot back and then you let it go. So now my hips go back, arms go forward. Straighten up, squeeze your fingers one at a time, your thumb. As you pull your shoulders back, your foot comes back. Foot goes forward, shoulders go forward. Take the tension off your shoulders again. So it's like we're constantly doing this, forward and back or up and down. Turn to the corner, scissors, splash and scissors. Find your elbow, lean towards your right side, reach for your left knee. If you can, look over at your left foot. Okay, X's, 3 X's. One on the front, this plane, one on the right wall, and then up, and then low on the right wall. Hands pinch, pull your arms up, chin up. Try to look for the wall. Back foot comes in. Here's our Bagua with our feet again. Left hand open, right hand pinches, like you're picking up something with your fingertips. Come all the way over like you're dropping it in your hand. And then the hands open, push and pull. Turn, right foot turns, left foot turns. We had Bagua, there's Bagua again. Pinch, all the way to your opposite hand. Right about here, they open, sink, push and pull. Relax your shoulders. All right, so now I said last time we're gonna turn the foot a little bit. We're gonna step across. Twisted stance if you're fine, otherwise bow stance. Scoop, just like we were doing earlier, scoop in the pearl. Grab, pull. Cat stance, bow stance, hand to your hip, punch low. So this one covers your face. This one punches towards their ribs. It's a glorified block parry punch. Move this right foot. Your right hand's a fist. We open it and grab again, like you're pulling that carrot thing out of the ground or a root. So we come over to here, we reach. This other hand does the opposite. This one's going kind of out and up. This is going down and back. One's a fist, one's open. And I think that's as far as we went. Square up, horse stance, hands both open. And there's a double splash. Hand to your hip, other hand scoops to your ear. Punch. We do the same on the other side. So it's coordination, hand to your side. They're fists now. Extend into the punch. We do 3 of those. Hand to your side, kind of like what we did with the hand on the teacup thing. But now it's fists. All right, let's try that much from the beginning again. Oh, we just learned some new stuff. Can we go back to the new stuff? No, we got to go all the way to the beginning. Let's do it all in one sequence. So we did this. And then we came here, right? So that's coordination and timing. This is that same exercise. We go from here, hands come to the side. And then you go here. Instead of it flicking or holding the teacup, it's a punch. Then we do the other side. Open, and then fist, and then out. Stuff is always kind of interconnected and lined up with one another. Okay, we got enough time. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Coiling. In. Out. Coiling. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Wind up. Throw it away. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Feet, waist, hands and arms. Feet, waist, hands and arms. Open, scoop, split, exhale, inhale, split, exhale. It's a double brush knee. In, punch, out. In, out. In, out. Finish it up. Feet come closer. Splash. Slow your breathing down. Down and out. In, out. In, out. But we got feet apart. Soften the hips. Shift forward. Poke like metal. Shift back. Pull like wood. Shift to the left. Like water. Shift to the right. Fire. Ground and stabilize like earth, right? So sometimes that's all you need. Okay, yeah, we know that. Shift, turn, empty stance, cat stance, empty stance, same thing. Nose and navel. That's yang style, sorry. This one, wide, pull in, ward off. Get the ball moving, get it rolling. Roll back. Shoulder, elbow press, turn. There's that coiling, pressing or squeezing. Pull, all the way across. Turn it over. Pull, all the way across. Push down, away, and a little bit out. So it doesn't end up just down, it's a little bit down to here. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Turn from the navel. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Come on the inside by your wrist. Hold the teacup. Pinch like a bird's beak. Split Last part your hand turns, sink. The hand that finished gets us going again. So ward off is typically heaven. It's expanding, it's going out and up. Earth is rollback. Mountain is the shoulder. Canyon, water flows to the bottom. Pulling is wood. Tension. Pushing is fire in this case. Splitting. Sometimes splitting is metal, but for this, it's thunder. Thunder. So that way we get 8 of them. Some of them repeat. So in, out, in, out. Lower body always kind of gets the momentum going. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. So if the arms aren't working, if the arms were just to go on their, way of just being relaxed, it's the feet, specifically the ball, that gets the upper body kind of whipping around. Okay. Take a deep breath, one time. Clear your thoughts, what we just did. Time to move into the big set. Typically referred to as Chen, old frame. Shift forward and up, down and back. Catch the ball on the right side. It's kind of high. By the time we bring it in, it's low. It flipped. By the time we get over to here, we push it out the window. Shift your hips, reach beyond it. Pull in, right leg, right hand to the side. Empty stance. Balance, bow stance. Protect. Get the ball moving. It kind of starts here. Coil. Low ward off. Half circle. Half circle. Hand hits your fist, or your fist hits your hand. Same again. Medium-sized horse stance. Shift left, hands split. Continue to spin. Shift right. Your foot comes in, your hands come in. Sink down a little bit more. Set the foot down. Hand to your side. Placeholder. This hand, little teacup twist. Pull that fire hose across. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Rotate your shoulder. Push. Again, get the ball moving. Roll. Push it down and away. Protect. Get the gerbil wheel turning. Shoulder, elbow. Look over your shoulder. Set the foot down. Shoulder, elbow again. Find your pulse. Split. Pull on top. Roll back on the bottom. Pull again on top. Reach. Turn your left foot, knee and hip. Low ward off. So if this is a half circle on this wall, this other side is a half circle on the front wall. 2 planes. Hit the hand. Lift up, hit the hand again. We turn to the front. Draw the leg back, bow stance. Hands split, just like we did, spin. When the hands start to come together, your foot comes together. Your feet come together. Draw back, shoulder, elbow, wrist, split. Ward off as you brush knee. Past your face. Past your face, reach behind. If you want to work on balance, lift your leg for a second. Place it down. Okay, I'm solid, my lower body's solid. Pull in, dip on the way up, shoulder, elbow, palm again. Reach across, split. Kind of like you're gathering in or clearing the sides, leg comes in, splash. Strum the guitar. Turn to the corner slightly. Push, roll back, chop. The hand that was doing brush knee turns. We step forward and we do another chop. The other hand does brush knee. Leg in front, arm in front, lift, reach behind, same thing, pull, squish, shoulder, elbow, palm, split, gather, strum the guitar, second time, set the foot down, splash, chop, chop, brush knee, same thing we did. Now we switch it. Arm and leg comes up, shift to your left, coil your spine to the right as you protect. Your right arm is chambered like it's going to launch. Grab and pull in, punch and pull, let the arrow go. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, back in front. Hand under the chin, hit. Hand up, hand down. I'm going to move a step or two over this way just to get back in the center here. Arms split on the way up. They pinch at the fingertips like a bird's beak. Cross, sink, shift to the right, just like at the very beginning. Grab and pull the ball in, but we do shift the hips. Okay, leg comes in again like earlier, crouch down further. It's like you're getting a better footing, your stability is lower. Pull, brush knee, coil, pull, brush knee. Here's that like double hand thing curling again. There's that little teacup again. Fists, pull in, sink down. If that's fine, you shift your hips to the right, you twist your torso to the right, you look kind of towards your left foot. Square back up, hold the plate. Other hand holds the lid. It's like you're putting a lid on top of a plate. And then vertical. Fist and forearm. There's that ball again, reach for it. Pull it in, when you pull it in, we're down here. It's that same push down and away. Gerbil wheel with the palms. Circle the other way. Fist under elbow. Optional stand on one leg, draw back. Ward off. Look over your shoulder, nothing there. Good. Hands come in, your hand to your ear, push and pull. So it's supposed to be 3. Look over, push and pull. If you run out of room, adjust where you need to, push and pull. Okay, so now we kind of look at this left wall and we get the circle going up top and bottom, cross, legs come together and apart, same, shoulder, elbow, wrist, split. In block, reach behind, balance for a second, pull just like we did, squish, shoulder, elbow, hand, split. Now it gets a little different. We, again, clear or gather, and then the arms come in front together. Get the momentum going. So you're circling. Ward off, chop low. Ward off, chop low. Here's the same thing we did with the BaguaZhang. Pinch, set your foot down. Instead of push and pull with the hands open, it pierces. Your hand comes back by your tailbone. Right foot comes in, left foot comes up. Another one of these, splash, protect, punch to the corner. Another shoulder, elbow, hand. Scoop across. We're back to this like at the very beginning. The push down and away. Gerbil wheel gets spinning. Shoulder, elbow. Shift your hips, shoulder, elbow. Split. All right, so I gotta move this couple steps over this way. So now it's gonna be shoulder, elbow, wrist. Same on the other side. Wave arms like clouds. 3 times total. 3 times total. So in the past, sometimes I'd put another split here. Reviewing my notes, sometimes I don't do that. So it could be right from here, we step forward. We catch the ball, nose and navel. Turn your hands out, like you're spinning the ball. Right about here, make a fist. And turn on the right foot and there's an elbow. And your hand hits. We did that last month. That was in the other BaguaZhang set. And then the hand does a chop, other hand comes back to your side. So now we're gonna turn just a bit. So we're a bit on the corner. So I go from here, I'm gonna set the foot down. Push, roll back. As I step across, the hands crossed, they open like a flower. And I did recheck. This is more of a up, slap. Set the foot down, turn, scoop, open like a flower. Lift your leg. If you can lift your leg, then it's like you kick your leg out and you slap your ankle. And then we move over here again. After we did that last one of those, you actually square back up. Your arms scoop up. Right hand's a fist, left hand's a chop. If you can lift your leg, we balance. If you can do that, you reach your leg to the side. And then you bring it back. So this is the kicks. There's a whole section with a bunch of kicks in it. So not to go back to the very beginning, let's go back to the second punch. I know, you're like, whatever, Jim, wherever you want to go is good, right? Shoulder, elbow, hand. Sweep across. Push down and away. Chop, chop. Shoulder, elbow. Set the foot down. Shift. Shoulder, elbow. Split. Sink. Wave arms like clouds. Once. Twice. 3 times. Step forward. Catch the ball. Bow stance. Spin the ball. So now I lift my heel on my right foot. So I kind of turn on the ball of my foot. Elbow. Chop. Scrub your side. Okay, so I turn a little bit. Push. Pull. Step across. Open like a flower. So if this foot, knee, and hip are turned all the way to here, that might be uncomfortable for some of you. It might hurt your knee a little bit. So turn your foot to where it's comfortable. So when you do this little slap kick, we come up. Your foot, knee, and hip are in the same direction. Same thing here. Scoop, open like a flower, slap. Square up, scoop up. So really this kind of all happens at the same time. You got your feet, your hips, arms, optional, kick to the side. So that's really sloppy, that's terrible. I did it badly. So it comes up, you bring it out, it should come back. We set it down, and then it's gonna be this again. The walking with the chopping, all right? So typically you don't just kick and drop your foot. Like even with the other one, you did that, you hold it for a second. Bad form, you let it drop. Not good. Okay, now we can go back to the very beginning. Unless anybody's got questions, specific questions, details, we'll buy you more time. If not, we got to keep going. Okay. Everything loose, everything comfortable. Inhale. Exhale. A little slower, a little deeper with the breaths. Inhale. Exhale. And please breathe more if you feel you need to. In. Out. Relax those shoulders. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. So it's teacup, but open. Out. In. Out. Get the ball moving. In. out, in, 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 out. Let's move a step or two over. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. So we just turn a little bit just to get us going the right way. In, out, in, out, in, out. Still sloppy. Chop, chop, chop. And then it's going to be arm comes up. This one does ward off. You punch towards the ground. Finish it up. So let's just do this because we got a minute or two left here. Move back a little further. So say we just did the last one of these. So we step forward, catch, clear, elbow, slap, chop, scrub, roll back, cross your legs, cross your arms, slap kick, cross your legs, cross your arms, slap kick, square up, scoop, shift, fist high, chop low, reach your leg, pull it back. Turn this kind of over, scoop and chop. Chop, brush knee, chop, brush knee, punch down, ward off. Then we finish it up. Splash, pull the ball down, splash, pull the ball down, straight up. Straight down, lock, and relax in bed. All right, shoo. Breaks a little sweat. How far? We gotta look at the sheet. We're on the back of the front page, I believe. So a little bit more than half by a little step or two. All right, be well, be safe.
So